And of course the quarterfinals kick-off in the capital. It is Heart of Midlothian against Dundee. It's live with us here on Sports Sound on BBC Radio Scotland with James McBake, Alan Preston and Thomas Duncan.
Thanks, Richard. Fewer more special grounds than Tynecastle on a night like this. 18,500 packed in under the lights. Scottish Cup quarter-final. It has all the makings of a special evening. 1,600 Dundee fans in the away ends, away to our left-hand side. And they are making an awful din, roaring their team on. Terrific backing, especially given their form of late. They haven't beaten a top-flight side since they ducked their rivals United out of this competition back in January. Of course, beat Airdrieonians after that. And now looking to come to Tynecastle and cause a bit of an upset and reach a Hampden semi-final for the first time since 2006, when they met Gretna and went down 3-0. Hearts, of course, went on to beat Gretna in the final that year. And Hearts looking to reach the semis for a consecutive seasons. Lost to Rangers last year. Keen to make amends, especially given the league campaign hasn't been what they would expect. 7th place at the moment, still a chance to get in the top 6 and push for Europe, of course. But the Scottish Cup, as you can hear by the roar of the fans here at Tynecastle, means oh so much. Teams ready to go. Hearts kick off, shooting from right to left as we sit in the Wheatfield stand at Tynecastle, and it's immediately shelled forwards. Hearts line up with Gordon in goal, Forrester, Steinwender, Nielsen and Penrice the back four, Diamond in midfield, Beningame, Khartoum, Spittle, Shanklin at the tip of it, and Kabangu and Vargas up front. Dundee with a back three, Carson in goal, then Astley, Shaughnessy and Donnelly the back three, Mulligan and Larkesh the wing backs, Robertson, McGee, Garson midfield, Adewumi and Simon Murray in attack.
Just as we thought, Thomas, see McGee training in around Shanklin's area.
Yeah, well, he's been playing right back in the last couple of weeks for Dundee as they switched to back four for a couple of games. Tony Docherty looking for some defensive stability, which has really been their weak point this season, as it's cleared by Steinwender, right hand side of his box, out for a Dundee throw-in. And these are terrific occasions in the Scottish football calendar. What a weekend we have for you, all covered right here on Sports Sound as Dundee throw it down the line for Larkesh, goes to the byline, can he get the cross in, sliding challenge, goes in from Hearts and it's behind for a Dundee corner, and immediately the visitors a chance to put the ball in the Hearts box. James McBake.
Yeah, look, it's a good start. It's a chance. Finlay Robertson will put this in with his right foot, and I would bet against him putting them in the other side with his left foot. Interesting to see him on the left hand side of Jordan McGee as well. I don't think that'll upset the balance at all. He's naturally two-footed, so it's a good chance for Dundee to go and test Craig Gordon now.
Yeah, it's Robertson over on the far side, set up Murray in the opening minute against United in the fourth round. It comes into the near post again and it's punched away by Gordon, and then Khartoum blocks and Hearts are breaking. It's a 3-on-1 here if they can get it forward quickly. Khartoum spins it out to this near side and Vargas chases. Vargas picks up. He's in the left corner of the Dundee box and it's a heavy touch, but he gets away from the defender, opens up with the right foot, curls a good couple of yards by Carson's left hand post. But what a start to this game.
Yeah, decent effort from Vargas. It's a quick breakout. Khartoum wins it at the edge of the box. Might have been a shout for handball possibly. Plays it with his right foot to Vargas. He takes a heavy touch, then skips inside the Dundee player, tries to bend it, we're right behind it, a couple of yards wide of the target. Decent start to the game. Corner for Dundee, effort for Hearts.
Yeah, open game, and although we suspect it might be tight, although there was that 6-0 at Den's Hearts' favour last month, but it's certainly in terms of Dundee, they score a lot of goals, concede a lot as well. Hearts come forward down the right hand side. Vargas touch goes off in the air, it's headed by Shaughnessy, Dundee captain, back for the run in. A huge boost as Forrester only half clears it up the line, but Larkesh can't control and sends it out for a Hearts throw in over on the far side. Hearts have just 2 defeats in their last 12 games, the latest one last weekend against Hibernian. They're bitter rivals who are on the march, but Here it's into midfield and it breaks off a Dundee player, and it's Spittle out to Penrice, the left back. One of Hearts' most consistent performers this season. Into Beningame, who fires it back now to Lewis Nielsen. A surprising addition with Jimmy McCart unable to play, and it's down to Spittle, left hand side of the box, low cross, doesn't beat the first man. Dundee clear. Hearts throw in down on this near side.
It's been a good start from Hearts if they can, and that's a good partnership. Spittle and Penrice on the left hand side, they dovetail really well together.
Yeah, and Garza has to be switched on there. He lets Spittle run and switches off, and there's Josh Mulligan done the same again.
Lovely ball in behind for Penrice, but Dundee recover. Mulligan gets back in, and he's marshalling Penrice right on the touchline. Gets the pass away though to Spittle, his partner in crime. Spittle's cross headed away at the near post by Astley. Another Hearts throw in, and the pressure starting to build for the home side.
Dundee need to sort that out. That's 3 times now in the space of a few minutes where that left hand side, and it's running off them. It's not good play, it's just good runs.
Here's Shanklin, left corner of the box, and he's losing his balance as he tried to get it away. It's back with Hearts now, down at the halfway line. Nielsen takes a touch over the halfway line, playing at left centre back, and he's chipped one forward, and Kambanga's made a run, but it's overhit, and Carson will let that run behind. We've played just about 5 minutes at Tynecastle. It is goalless but breathless.
Yeah, I think that Trevor Carson, as we can see, will just take his time. You know, it's been a really good start from Hearts. Although Dundee had a corner in the first minute, Hearts have then forced the issue with an effort at goal. Some nice moves down the left hand side with Spittle and Penrice, and Tony Docherty will want to say just to take the heat out of the game.
Carson goes short to Shaughnessy in the box, and he picks out a nice pass for Donnelly on the left hand side. He's going to put it into the channel for Adewumi. Breaks for Nielsen to come across and clear. Donnelly sends it back with his head, and then Beningame gets his head on it just as Simon Murray was lurking. Scored in his last 3 games. Simon Murray, huge player for Dundee, of course. His goals, his leadership, and his celebrations, which are something to behold as well. As Hearts take a bit of breath on the with Steinvender at the back. Bright orange boots. Takes a touch. Dundee opted not to press him as he just goes sideways to Forrester. Down the line, Donnelly's in front of Vargas, controls and clears it down the left-hand touchline, and Steinvender comes across, wins it, and it's just a battle at the moment, back and forth between the two sides. Hearts throw in their own half, it's goalless. Scottish Cup action live on Sportsound on BBC Radio Scotland Extra, as Hearts throw to Shanklin's feet. Loves a goal against Dundee. 3 of his 4 goals this season have come against him. Adewumi's pinched it though, and he's coming towards the edge of the box, left hand side. He's in the area. Adewumi, it breaks for him, but his touch is poor as he moved inside on the right foot, and Hearts managed to recover. Oh, if his touch was better there. Adewumi had a strike at goal as McGee heads it toward Donnelly, and then it's up into the air, and it's won by McGee, bounces, and Nielsen helps it into the sky. It comes back down, and Garcia's underneath it, so is Vargas. McGee with another foot in. It's a real battle in the middle of the pitch, and Khartoum gets his foot on it, gives it to Beningame, and Hearts have had the back. But James McPake, that was a really good opening for Oluwaseun Adewumi.
It was, and it was just a hit. The final touch was heavy. Other than that, he's getting a chance to get a shot away at Craig Gordon, but it's got a feeling a cup tie right away. Both teams are really attacking. Both teams, the crowd's helping as well, but both teams are really going at each other.
That's a poor pass forward from Steinvender straight to Donnelly, helped down the left-hand touchline by Dundee. Adewumi comes across, he's crowded out though, and then it's forwards for Murray, goes backwards to McGee and then Shaughnessy, and it's all a bit frantic as Dundee try and get a foot in the ball. It's a good pass for Donnelly. For Adewumi, touches it inside. Beningame and Steinvender get in though. Hearts have the ball. It's a free kick for the trip, and Hearts just get on with it.
It is a poor pass from Steinvender, but Vargas has got to show Thomas. He's on his heels. He's got to come to the ball and link up.
And now it's down the line from Spittle for Shanklin. Penrice is there, and they kind of get in each other's way, but Shanklin has it. Shanklin's battling and gives it to Spittle in a deeper position forward to the captain. Shanklin, edge of the box, and he's dispossessed, and then Garza steps in, and good play from Mulligan to get away from James Penrice, but he's run it out of the pitch, and it will be a Heart of Midlothian throw-in down in front of us. Cracking atmosphere at Tynecastle.
Yeah, and we were saying there that Dundee should maybe at the start slow the game down, but they're not. They're out. They're treating it like the cup tie it is as well, and it's making for a great atmosphere.
And it's thrown to the corner of the box, headed by Astley. It's bouncing. Shetland trying to use his body as he does so well, and he's done brilliantly to flick it forward and then turns it. And eventually dispossessed, and then McGee plays it up the line. Murray will always run, and he makes a nuisance of himself and forces Nielsen to kind of just put it out for a Dundee throw, and suddenly Dundee have gained about 45 yards up the pitch for a throw-in.
Yeah, that's what Simon Murray does really well. I don't think it's a great ball from Jordan McGee, but just Simon being there, Simon worrying Lewis Nielsen as well, and Dundee end up getting territory higher up the pitch because of it.
Mulligan ready to throw in halfway up the Hearts half as he throws to Adewumi, who's come across, controls it with the chest, back to Mulligan, into Murray. Touch is heavy, but he keeps it in, fires it into Mulligan, right hand side of the Hearts box. Now it's with Murray. Dundee have numbers in, but Murray's cross is poor. He goes behind Craig Gordon's goal, and it remains Hearts 0, Dundee 0. 9 minutes on the clock.
There's not a seat in the house. You can see that. It's sold out stadium. Wonderful night in Edinburgh. The pitch, I've got to say, Thompson, you've been to a lot of games as well. This must be the best pitch in Scotland. It's magnificent.
Yeah, it is. It's looking good. Motherwell's up there, I have to say, as well. A lot of groundsmen, I think, have had to deal with a pretty weird winter where it's quite mild, and then all of a sudden a bit of snow, and then freezing cold, and it's all over the place. But it's certainly immaculate here as Nielsen hooks it forward for Hearts, won by Donnelly, and then flicked for Garson for Adewumi, who's clattered into by Nielsen. Advantage being played by Kevin Clancy, the referee. Mulligan's cross, it's overhead, and then it's just about caught out Craig Gordon. He did watch it all the way, and he had to just push it over the bar, but that was a slice from Josh Mulligan. He definitely didn't mean that.
Yeah, it was a slice, but with Josh Mulligan, he's got Penrice faced up. He should be going. Look, they get a corner out it, but Josh Mulligan's got that running power where he can go and eliminate players, so he should have took that on. But it's another corner to Dundee.
And already Nielsen's been warned for the challenge on Adewumi. The referee had a good advantage there, but he's just had a quiet word. Nielsen's in his ear there.
Yeah, fairly clattered into him. Dundee corner over on the far side. Robertson to take, delivers with the right
McGee.
foot, and back post. It bounces at the back post, and McGee was there. Didn't anticipate it coming. It was maybe short-sighted through a ruck of bodies, but it bounced in front of him and skips behind for a goal kick.
Oh yeah, although it looks like it is something they've worked on. He comes into the box really late on, and we've seen Jordan McGee score goals from that range before, so he'll be really disappointed with that.
He's actually scored here before coming on.
He scored a beauty here.
Yeah, header.
Another one last season from outside the box. It was a he does get a lot of goals, Jordan McGee, wherever you play him.
Sadly never scored here for me.
You can have a word with him about that. As Adewumi chases down Steinwender, clears it up the line and out for a Dundee throw-in. Well, James was the last Dundee manager to win here, so there's one for you, James. 2022, and then I think you were sacked 2 games later.
Yeah, I think we won here maybe on the Tuesday night. The following Tuesday I was out of job, and there were another one in between that as well. So that's football, I suppose.
Yeah, brutal worlds as Donnelly heads it down the line. Steinwender returns, but Dundee get a body on it. It's really a battle in that midfield. The Hearts have done well to work it to Spittle, middle of the pitch, then out to Penrice, who's got space to run into it. He's over the halfway line, James Penrice. He's not got much support though, and he goes by Mulligan, who's tripped him. And that will be a Hearts free kick, and that is a soft one, you would have to say, that's given away by Josh Mulligan. Yeah,
but for me, Josh Mulligan's struggling a wee bit. He's getting caught in between here. He's played a lot in that position, but naturally it's not his favoured position. But he should have engaged Penrice a lot higher up the pitch. He just stands and waits for him to come, and it is a soft free kick. For me it is a free kick, but you go and meet him higher up the pitch, and if you are giving away a free kick, because we know the delivery that Blair Spittle's got, or Penrice, that in Hearts do cause problems. So for me it was a needless problem caused.
Penrice leaves it for Spittle, hooks it to the back post with the right foot, and Carson comes and collects on the edge of the 6-yard box.
James, what are you thinking of the goalkeepers flip-flopping at Dundee?
And again, I can't get my head round it, Biscuits. I've been in that position where you're overthinking everything, but for me it's happening too often. They've also got young Harry Sharp there, who is a goalkeeper I know really well, but you know yourself as a defender, you want that continuity. The defenders will feel it, the other goalkeeper will feel it, and the one in goals will be worrying. Am I one mistake away from being out?
Dundee have kept this in here. There's a chance in the box. Murray's low strike. Craig Gordon takes it comfortably at near post, and he has a go at the linesman on the far side because he's saying that was definitely out. We might have had a guys in mind or repeat had Simon Murray found the back of the net there, but he didn't. But it's a little warning shot for Hearts, but Simon Murray just never gives up. Lost causes, or no lost causes in his book. Wasn't him that kept it in, but he was over there, pounced on the pass. And Gordon made a comfortable save at his near post. It's goalless after nearly 14 minutes at Tynecastle. Gordon clears down the pitch for Hearts. Astley wins the header and bounces off the turf and straight to Beningame, who takes it over halfway. He's got a lot of space to move it forward here and gives it to Spittle. First time pass looking for Shanklin, and then Astley shepherds the ball as he allows Carson to come and slide and collect. And it's good defending from Astley and good goalkeeping from Carson.
It's good defending in the end from Astley, but Dundee really do need to sort this right hand side down here out. Again, Josh Mulligan's getting caught, and I don't know if it's necessarily just Josh Mulligan. Blair Spittle's picking up great positions. Vargas is peeling over, but he needs a bit of help out here, and he needs a bit of direction when to go.
And Josh Mulligan, I have to say, I've seen him a couple of times this season, and going forward at times he's unplayable and struggling defensively at the moment, as James has outlined. It's Hearts throw in midway through their own half, goalless in this first Scottish Cup quarter final. Lunchtime kickoff tomorrow at Pittodrie, Aberdeen against Queen's Park. Sunday 3 o'clock, Celtic hosting Hibernian. What a cracker that could be. And then Monday night live on BBC Telly and the radio, Livingston hosting St Johnstone. All the ties with us right here on Sports on the BBC Radio Scotland. And it's been enthralling opening 15 minutes at Tynecastle. Not loads of chances, but a real intensity to the game. Probably the one, a couple of chances each really. The Vargas one that he curled wide for Hearts, and then Murray had that low shot Gordon, and then the one that opened up for Adewumi that had his touching better. We'd had a really good chance of finding the back of the net inside the Hearts box, but his touch let him down. As Dundee come forward, Adewumi left hand side of the box. Now it's with Murray, switches it to Mulligan. He's about 20 yards out, gives it to Garza, right hand side of the Hearts box. His cross is headed away by Penrice, who got back in really well. Astley has nicked it off Vargas. Cross deflects off the back of Forrestar, and then it's played out. That looked like it went for a corner. It has. Played behind by Hearts. And Dundee with a corner on this near side, 0-0.
And here's an opportunity for them. Whip this one in, and again, keep your eyes on, as James rightly said, keep your eyes on McGee, Thomas. Start at the edge of the box, and he'll probably arrive late. He'll be the one, they'll try and overhit it round the back. Hearts zonally mark, which isn't great. I would rather they went man for man, and then you give them a responsibility. And it's the one that's near him is Vargas, and McGee's very good in the air.
They've gone short to Adewumi, takes it to the corner of the box, crosses it in. It's a decent ball, flicked away by Steinvender to the back of the box. Murray's gone after it, lets it drop and bubbles away, and then Hearts get a challenge in, breaks for Steinvender, and then it's a free kick to Dundee over on the far side, and they'll get another chance to deliver, this time from a free kick situation.
The thing is, set plays for Hearts has been their Achilles heel this year. They've conceded from set plays. You would get the ball in the box if you're a Dundee player. Every time you get the opportunity to bend it in, you bend it in.
Yeah, which is a strange one, Alan, because they've scored quite a lot from set pieces, so you think it would necessarily follow you're good in both boxes, but maybe not. And it's a free kick to Dundee over on the far side. Adewumi is going to leave this for Robertson to curl in on the right foot. Hearts win it. It's a good header up and away, and then Kabangu comes off the top of his head, and Garza's back. First time ball forward through the air, won by Nielsen, and McGee heads it out towards the touchline. Murray's there, hooks it towards the Hearts box, and it misses everyone and goes through to Craig Gordon. And now Lewis Nielsen carries it out from the back, forwards, plays it up the left touchline. Kabangu's come across, he's got real pace, and then Spittle first time towards Vargas, and then Donnelly wins the battle, heads it edge of the box, then Shaughnessy's there to mop up the loose ends, and Hearts fans want a free kick for that, but it's a Dundee throw-in over on the far side.
It's where with Nielsen, because he's right-sided, he'll keep looking to the right hand side. As when Jamie McCarthy naturally left footed, he can play the ball down the line. Nielsen doesn't like that. We've seen it there. He plays one to find Kabangu, but doesn't look comfortable.
Yeah. It's Dundee's throw-in. Donnelly down the line over Forrester. Header from Steinvender and hooked away by Hearts. Dundee send it back. It's frantic stuff in the middle of the pitch. Penrice has it left back area. Goes back to Craig Gordon, who was the hero in the last round, saving 2 St Mirren penalties. And that closely fought 5th round tie in Paisley has played to Lewis Nielsen at left centre back. Penrice. Forced pass blocked by Mulligan.
That's the positions Josh Mulligan should be going and meeting Penrice and winning the ball up higher up the pitch. Worst case scenario, it's a foul, but it's just a much better position.
And it's fired into the channel for Finlay Robertson to chase. Steinbender has to get back and clears it out for a Dundee throw-in over on the far side up at the Hearts box. And you have to say territorially, if I can get that word out, Dundee have had the advantage, making Hearts defend in their own box. I think they'd like to have finished a few more chances though.
Yeah, they're hitting the ball in the good areas. You can see that Forrester's trying to push down Penrice the other side, and all Dundee are playing is trying to drop it in between the 18-yard box and the touchline. Steinbender will kick it out as he has done here, and there's a chance for Dundee to throw this long into the box.
And this is where they scored from at the weekend against St Johnstone. Really long Aaron Donnelly throw, flicked on by Shaughnessy, finished at the back post by Murray. This one comes in and it's headed by Steinbender at the front post area, and Dundee will get another chance to throw it in via Donnelly. Finlay Robertson's going to cross to offer a short option, but then he decides against it as Tynecastle anticipates this latest set piece for Dundee as it's thrown in, and again it's won by Hearts, and Vargas can't win it in front of Mulligan, edge of the box, but it's sent out for a Hearts goal kick. It is Hearts 0, Dundee 0 as we hit 20 minutes at Tynecastle in this Scottish Cup quarter-final. Craig Gordon trotting across to take this goal kick. Hearts with that 6-0 win at Danes last month. They also won 2-0 early in the season. Dundee with a 3-1 win in the second game of the league campaign. As that was Hearts taking a few chances at the back, but they've managed to play comfortably enough, and Gordon has it. Out to Steinbender forward for Beningame. Beningame square for Khartoum. The January signing, Norwegian, on his second start. As it's played to Penrice, left hand side. It's backwards to Nielsen. Hearts just trying to exert a bit of control, a bit of possession. As Steinbender plays it into the centre circle for Vargas, who's dropped in. He turns to face Khartoum, and then it's out to Forrester at right back, who's coming to the side for Gerald Taylor. He didn't have the best Edinburgh derby, has to be said.
Very kind, Thomas, very kind.
Yeah, that's your job to put the vote in, Alan.
But listen, I've been saying that since Michael Smith left this football club. Forrester's a good young player, but he's a kid. They've needed a right back for years, and it has to be addressed.
It is fascinating how clubs, I think all clubs' supporters have one position which they feel hasn't been addressed for years and years. It's funny how things work out. As Hearts have it, Lewis Nielsen on halfway, under no pressure. Hearts doesn't have an obvious option. His pass is deflected, and Spittle forces it to Kabangu. Good challenge though from Mulligan. It's given away, and Beningame wins it for Hearts. And now it's Kabangu, left hand side. His cross is blocked, and Hearts have a corner.
I get the feeling that just looking at Kabangu, I'm happy. I think he's delighted he's got a corner there, because there's a chance for him to get in the box to score. He would rather somebody else cross it and he scores, but we've got a corner, I've got a chance. He looks like that type of player.
And those are the strikers you want as well.
Exactly.
7 goals. He's Hearts' top scorer. He's only been here since January. As Hearts get ready to take this corner on the near sides. Kevin Clancy just making sure everything's in order in the box before it's delivered into the near post right on top of Carson. He punches it and it bounces for Beningame off his shoulder, then his head, and then Adewumi is battling, gets something on it, but it's back with Forrester. Adewumi is down. He's wanting a free kick. Some of his Dundee teammates are pleading with Kevin Clancy, but Didn't appear an awful lot in it, James.
No, again, nothing in it at all. He got the touch on it, but Beningame uses his experience, controls the situation.
Penrice gives it to Spittle on halfway, right on the touchline. Infield to Nielsen. Dundee just sitting off Hearts a wee bit, allowing them to have the ball in their own half as Nielsen strides right into the middle of the Dundee half, and then he's opened it up by going to Forrester on the right hand side. Inside ball to Khartoum. Now it's Beningame right in the centre of the pitch. Dundee half. Now it's with Spittle. Spittle forward to Kabangu. Kabangu to Penrice on the touchline. Back down the line for Kabangu. Looks up, crosses, deflected behind for another corner.
I don't think he was offside. If you look, Larkesh was on the far side. O'Shaughnessy playing them on, they seem to drop off. They're looking for the offside.
Yeah,
the back three wasn't up.
Certainly Larkesh was miles deeper to me, it looked, than everyone else, just being lazy at the back post, and this is a problem for Dundee as well. I think there's been 12, maybe for second phase included, but they've conceded 12 goals, and as you rightly said, Hearts have scored the most goals in the league from set plays or from corners.
Here comes Blair Spittle on this near side, right foot into the 6-yard box, header up and away, and it's Penrice on the edge of the area, and it's headed forward by Dundee. Adewumi lets it run as he fended off Beningame. Hearts send it forward, Mulligan's under it, flicks off Spittle, breaks on the near side, and it's a Hearts throw-in. Penrice looking to get on with it. Shanklin comes across, off for an option, receives it back to Penrice, then Shanklin's, and it's cannoned off two Dundee players as Shanklin played that, and out for another Hearts throw-in. It is goalless at Tynecastle. We've played nearly 25 minutes, and there's a real electric atmosphere in Gorgie this Friday night Scottish Cup quarter-final. Simon Murray plays it forward, up through the air, and it's Nielsen for Beningame, back to Steinbender. The Austrian across to Forrester at right back, curls one down the side of Dundee, but Donnelly comes across, plays it for Robertson, who controls and then is fouled, and Dundee will get the free kick.
I still don't think Khartoum's up to speed yet. You know, joining in January, the season was over. Where he came from, he was obviously taking a nice little pre-season rest. He just doesn't look up to sharpness at all.
Yeah, as we've seen a lot with Aberdeen have signed a lot of Scandinavian players, and some of them have played through almost a season and a bit, as a different summer season proves a wee bit of a spanner in the works. Khartoum in for a second start tonight as Dundee play it forwards. Finlay Robertson through the air, Hearts win it. Beningame finds Spittle, and Spittle looks up and he goes to Penrice. Penrice touches it in front of himself, and then his pass is in the field, but Kabangu had moved outside and Dundee give it away. It's scrappy. Spittle for Vargas. McGee is on him, keeps possession. Penrice, Spittle down the line for Vargas. McGee gets backslide and challenge is well timed. Hearts throw it.
This is where Hearts will get their joy. Down this side, Penrice, Spittle, Kabangu running into these areas.
It's into Shanklin, plays it off to Spittle, edge of the box, square, Vargas from distance. Oh, what a goal! Oh, what a goal! And it's Khartoum, top corner, laid to the edge of the box, first time strike, high beyond Carson, and Hearts have the lead at Tynecastle. Hearts 1, Dundee 0.
Splendid, what a goal that was. Magnificent playing. I'm just saying he's not fully fit, but he has running about him. He's came with a reputation. He's scoring goals from the midfield, and that'll give him so much confidence. What a finish that is. It's lovely play at the edge of the box. It's so square to him, and he's coming on his left foot, and he bends that right in the top corner, giving the keeper absolutely no chance.
Yeah, great strike, but Alan, just as you were saying there, on that side, Dundee really do need to get to grips with this side. It comes from that side, and for me on it, it's a great goal for Hearts from Hearts' point of view, but for me, if I was Tony Docherty, maybe having Finlay Robertson in his defensive.
And that was a nervous moment in the Hearts box there as they left it for Gordon. He did get there in the end, but that strike has just electrified Tynecastle. Sander Khartoum's first Hearts goal, and what a goal.
Just he won't score a final one. It's right in the top corner, giving Carson absolutely no chance. And Now you'll see how Dundee have to react, because as James has rightly said, it's a cup tie. You're in or you're out. You need to come and try and get back into the game. No point, just sitting back and saying, right, we'll go the last 5-10 minutes. It's a cup tie, just go for it.
And now Hearts with their tails up. Beningame for Spittle. Spittle looks up, goes to Penrice on the left touchline. Now Vargas up down the side of the Dundee box. He's well marshalled by Astley, and it's prodded out by the defender for a Hearts throw-in. Dundee penned back. Here's Penrice. Spittle tries to force it inside. It breaks for Penrice though. It's bouncing horribly, and then he gets a touch and claiming it's a corner, but the goal kick is signalled for. It remains Hearts 1, Dundee 0.
Yeah, Dundee just need to settle the game. I know we were saying that at the start, but maybe now's the time to do it. The place is going crazy. The crowd are right behind their team, and they're delighted with what they've seen. So Dundee at the minute just need to take the sting out of this game.
Yeah, it's a bit of a sucker punch. Dundee had started this game pretty well, and it means they're just going to be stuck on the 5 clean sheets in all competitions this season. It's been a real problem for them, but that one, they could probably deal with the build-up better. And not much they can do about the strike once it's onto that left foot of Khartoum. Yeah,
and as Alan says, as a cup tie, it's how they react now, but you can start a game well and be a goal down. It's then how you react.
Carson pings it forward, the Dundee goalkeeper, and Larkesh tries to control it over the shoulder. Difficult ball, couldn't do so. Hearts throw it.
And it's how Dundee react, James, because they're not on a great run defensively now. They've not made a mistake there. That's just a piece of brilliance, that goal. But it's how they react. Can they compose themselves, dust themselves down, because they were very much in the game. There was not a lot in it.
Yeah, no, and as I was saying, you can start a game really well, albeit the bad run, but they've now just got to get the heads down. They've got to just keep working and keep threatening Hearts, because they're causing them problems when they do it. Here's another chance here.
Yeah, got a corner there. Done well to negotiate that one, because it looked like it was heading out, but Dundee forced Hearts to play it, and there's a corner to Dundee over on that far side. Half an hour gone. Hearts 1, Dundee 0. Beauty from Khartoum, the difference.
See, and this is what clubs have started to do now with Craig Gordon. They crowd them now.
And here it comes, and it's right on top of Gordon. Back post, and Donnelly got half up and couldn't connect, and it's behind the goal kick.
He'll be disappointed with that, because it looked like he got up and he had the chance to head from here, albeit, but the way he can go and attack the ball, that was half a chance for him.
Well, it's very similar, almost identical to the one he scored against Celtic, where it came to the back post, and he got up really well in that thrilling 3-3 game at Dens. Couldn't get the required touch this time. Hearts have the throw in down this side as Hearts try and keep the pressure on. It's thrown down the line for Kabangu. He's got to it, and he's won a corner kick.
There's another chance for him.
Honestly, it reminds me, there's a guy I played with at Dundee United called John Riley. He was the same. He would rather, if there was 10 guys in the box, he would rather win a corner so he can get in the box as well to score. And Khartoum's the same. You can see him.
Corner to Hearts. Spittle on this near side. Tynecastle in fine voice. Their side leads. Can they add to it as they swing the ball in? Back post overhit. Behind for a Dundee goal kick. That's Hearts. A perfect response in this first half from that Derby defeat. And this feels of a big game for Neil Critchley. Accusation, he's done a pretty good job at Hearts, given where he came in. They were relegation candidates, negotiating them away from that, up the league, but a sense that in big games this season they've not turned up in the way they'd like. The Derby's 2 defeats and a draw, not beat Rangers or Celtic, that can happen. Aberdeen with the 2 draws, only really Dundee United they win at Tannadice. In terms of the big games, the Petrocub one was a sore one, the draw here as well. This would be a real big fillip for the Hearts manager and the team. It's still a long way to go in this tie. It's thrown up the line by Dundee. Steinvender's an awkward one, and he heads it and then keeps his composure, goes after it and clears. Headed forward by Dundee. Khartoum goes up, gets a head on it. Shanklin back, lays it off to Khartoum. That's lovely football up the line, and Vargas with a flick, and now he's got support from Khartoum. forwards, and then his pass for Spittle on the edge, touches it on the right foot, space is closed down, now it's Shanklin, side foot blocked, handball claim. If it did hit a hand, it was by the sides.
Play on.
Now Dundee want the advantage with the free kick's been given.
Tony's not happy. You can see him, he's over at the fourth official, and unless he's going to book him, he should have played on.
Absolutely, and Josh Mulligan's got acres there, and exactly what I was saying, when he faces people up and he can run, and he's got half a pitch there to run, and the referee decides to stop the play.
But again, it was a good chance for Hearts there. Khartoum on the break, really good play by Vargas, flips it round the corner. Khartoum's on, his pass is poor, it goes behind, hits Spittle, then into Shanklin. His shot, whether it hits his hand or not, he's not making his silhouette bigger, Thomas. It's not a penalty at all.
No, I don't think so, as Carson plays it long for Dundee. The Wumi goes up, loses out, then it's smashed forward by Spittle. Shaughnessy gets a touch on it. Now it's played to Mulligan in the Hearts half. He's faced up by Spittle, goes inside to McGee, who's chased by Shanklin, snapping at his heels, slips but recovers McGee, and then Ashley goes back to Carson, and now Vargas is pressing, but he's some distance away, and Carson plays it out to the left centre back Aaron Donnelly, who goes direct looking for Murray, who'll chase down Steinvender, who goes across and it's come off his head, and he's behind for a Dundee corner. He's got his hands on his head, he knows there's no way he should have been given a corner away from that position.
Look, it is really poor defending, he's in control, but that's the problem Simon Murray causes defenders at this level, where he's just always running, and they worry about him when he's there, and it just causes the defender to give another corner to Dundee because of that. But he should have dealt with that really comfortably.
How many times do you see him? A simple mistake like this can lead to a chance.
Dundee, don't have the stats in front of me, but it feels like they're heading towards double figures in corners as it's curled in into a 6-yard box. Header, and then drops for Adewumi, swipe at it, doesn't connect really, and then he goes down, but it's with Finn Robertson, left hand side of the area. Larkesh now crosses it in on the right foot. It's a good delivery. Murray's head is on it, but he sends it over the top of the crossbar as he was falling backwards as he connected. It remains Hearts 1, Dundee 0.
It's not been littered with chances, Thomas, but you know that goal from Khartoum was magnificent. Absolutely wonderful finish to grace any cup tie at the moment. But Dundee have settled themselves down, got themselves back in it. A couple of corners since then, still in the game.
And here is Nielsen as Hearts play out from the back. It's controlled by Steinvender. Forwards into midfield. Khartoum plays it first time around the corner. That goal seems to have done his confidence a world of good, because his last few touches have been first time passes and touch round in the corner as Beningame collects and gives it to Penrice on this left hand side. Infield to Spittle, back to Penrice. The two combine so well, and they've done so here. It's laid in behind for Penrice. Byline gets the cross away, headed away by Ashley. Hearts throwing.
I know I'm going on about it all the time, but Dundee really do need to do something about this side of the pitch. They're almost every, not the goal, but every other problem's been caused down this side of the pitch.
Throw in Penrice to Vargas, tries the first time, he plays it into the chest of Jordan McGee, and then Garza's won it, lays it forward for Mulligan up against Beningame, who gets back brilliantly, and then Mulligan keeps hold of the ball. Beningame gets a foot in, and a sliding challenge, but it's won by Khartoum. Plays it forward for Kabangu. Shaughnessy defends well and prods it back to Carson. Donnelly's touch is not great. Has he kept that in? He hasn't. Behind for a Hearts throw in, and now it's taken quickly. Kabangu, brilliant touch. Shanklin's onto it, then he nudges it. It's Kenneth Vargas straight at Carson, who makes the save. Shanklin still has it. It's looked over and in.
Kabangu's offside.
It's in.
Kabangu's offside
and
for me initially.
Flag is up on the far side, and this will be checked.
I think it's when Vargas hits it, Thomas. Kabangu's offside right in front of the keeper for me.
Shanklin's knew immediately, he didn't celebrate or anything, he just had his head down as it deflected up and over Carson.
Vargas has got to score.
What a goal it would have,
it would have been a brilliant goal.
If he had scored it, great play for Hearts.
Well, they're checking this, it's not going to stand, so on-field decision will be confirmed, and that is no goal for Lawrence Shankland, and it is offside. Remains Hearts 1, Dundee 0. So officials get that one right on the field, backed up by Andrew Dallas in the booth, and
we'll give it the thumbs up from here as well.
Yeah, you guys called it. as Mulligan plays it to Garza on the halfway line. Garza for Mulligan. Good challenge from Spittle, and Spittle looking for Cabangu, cleared only as far as Spittle. Mulligan wins it. It's going to be a free kick. Spittle on Mulligan. Dundee with a reprieve, and it just feels like they need to try and calm things down. It's not really recovered too much since the goal. In terms of composure, had a couple of corners.
Yeah, but you seen what Hearts done for a while. They kept the ball. The crowd were getting a bit restless because they were just keeping the ball. Beningame in particular, he wasn't going forward. But at the minute, Dundee are gifting the ball back to Hearts too often. They need to get 4 or 5 passes and just play themselves back into the game.
Here's Penrice, halfway line, gives it to Cabangu, and then it's over and breaks for McGee. And he goes back to Carson, fires it high. Down in the centre circle, Steinbender nods it forward. Shaughnessy comes and heads it forward himself for Dundee. Now it's Mulligan, played it to nobody there as Penrice gets back. It's nodded forward, and then it's won by Garza. Bounces, and it'll go for a Hearts throw-in down near the edge of their own box. Simon Murray, he's just chases down absolutely everything. It's tiring watching him.
It is tiring, and it's great what Simon does, but I'm sure you've seen him having a go at a few of his teammates here, because they are giving the ball away carelessly. There's just got to be a time where you put your foot on the ball, you move it about, and you take the sting out of it. Yeah, it's a cut tie, yeah, we want it to be frantic, but you've also got to give yourself a rest on the ball, and Dundee aren't doing that.
Astley clears up into the air, breaks for Shaughnessy, heavy touch from the Dundee captain in Shanklin with some quick feet, and then he's tripped by McGee, and this will be a yellow card, I would have thought.
Nope.
For Jordan McGee, was it? No. That's
quiet word.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Thomas. I think he maybe should have, but the referee, just a quiet word in his ear. I think he's handled the game okay, actually, the referee.
Yeah, he has, and I think on that one as well, sometimes, I know they don't look at it that way, or maybe they tell you they don't, but understanding the situation, it's a big atmosphere, it's a big game for both clubs, so there's nothing wrong with just exactly what you said, Alan. A quiet word, don't do it again, Jordan.
Yeah, I don't mind it, you just often see the yellow card come out for that, as Spittle pings it to the back post, a free kick, and Dundee don't clear, and there's faint claims from handball, but it's cleared eventually by Dundee. Spittle, first time, blocked off Larkesh, and Finn Robertson goes after it. Khartoum with a sliding challenge, and we just feel this has been his night so far.
Since the goal biscuits.
Just after you were criticising him. I didn't want him
to start as well. He's been brilliant. But it just shows you what a lift he gets from the goal as well. Will he last the 90 minutes? I don't think so, because he's not played a lot of football. He's been on holiday basically. But his goal was absolutely fantastic, and he comes with a reputation, Thomas, of scoring goals from midfield, and that's his first, and I'm sure of many.
Well, it's something you would say Hearts probably lacked for a few seasons in terms of those goals from midfield. Spittle coming this season, got a few though, as Mulligan drives into the box. He's not got anywhere to go. Hearts forcing back. Garza clips it back to him, edge of the area, and it's just a nothing ball from Mulligan. Looks like his confidence is kind of knocked at the moment, as Murray has it on the left touchline. Pass infield for Larkesh is poor, and Beningame receives the pass and clears.
It is a poor ball from Mulligan, but Garza doesn't help him at all. He dinks it up to him on the edge of the box, and that's what I mean with Dundee. They're not taking care of the ball.
James, you know Mulligan better than I do. He doesn't have the pace to beat Penrice, because you could see that there. If Mulligan's one-on-one with Penrice is a brilliant attacking fullback. Defensively, he's still got a lot to go. He's got to get at him. He took the easy option there. He's looking inside for help instead of saying, I'm going to run you, I'm going to take you on, I'm going to try and get across into the box.
And that's not the Josh Mulligan I know. The one I know is the one you described, where he just will face you up, he'll go, he'll commit you, and he'll cause you problems like we've seen him doing.
Yeah, I think of the Hibs game, they won 4-1, the Rangers game as well, 1-0, where he just was like almost unstoppable, rampaging down the touchline. Just his power and his running power, as Donnelly flings that in. Did he cross the line there as he threw that? Was that foul through? It looked like it. Referee officials haven't called it. On we go. It's blocked. Dundee corner off Hearts player behind, off Shanklin's.
We've had enough corners anyway, Dundee.
Yeah, we certainly have. And we are just about 2 minutes to the break, plus whatever will be added. Dundee corner. It's Hearts 1, Dundee 0. And It is Hearts with some defending to do here. Dundee over on the far side. Robertson crosses it in, and then it's headed off and over, and then Spittle has to keep that in, and it's another corner on this near side as Hearts with some defending to do to keep their lead intact. 2 minutes left.
Donnelly's really dangerous. You could see him again there.
It's crazy, James, as you know yourself. If there's a goal scored now, team talks change completely in this final minute and a half of the first half.
Yeah, definitely. Great time for Dundee to go and get this equaliser if they can do it.
It's Dundee with a corner, swung in, back post, flicked away, brilliant header from Steinvender it was, and then Vargas puts it up into the air, doesn't cover a great distance with that clearance, but he's going to get it back. The break of a Dundee head. Vargas down the right hand side, and he's going to try and play Shanklin in behind. Garza's back, touches it well, keeps his composure well as he
Brilliant play.
Slides it to Robertson, and then it's given away. Beningame slides it to Vargas, he's in the box, takes it towards the byline, cuts it back to the penalty spot. No one in maroon there, and McGee clears.
It's a cut back. Honestly, it's a great ball from Vargas. He's got to cut it back. Everyone goes in. They all go narrow instead of one of them just dropping out for the cutback.
And here come Hearts down Dundee's left hand side, crossed in off a Hearts player. It's Vargas, and then cleared by Garza, headed forwards by Nielsen, and then Vargas goes down. It went down easily, but you could see the two hands come out from Donnelly, and he did.
He just gives the referee the decision to make, and Ali's just said precisely that up there. It changes your team talk, but how much does it change it now when you're giving away silly free kicks and the chance with a Blair Spittle delivery again, a Penrice delivery? If Hearts can go and double this lead, Tony Docherty will be fuming with that.
Hearts, sorry Alan.
It's got Spittle might take it, but for me it's just got Penrice all over it. It's the right hand side, he's coming in on his left foot.
We've
round about the penalty spot.
Yeah, we've hit 45 minutes. Hearts free kick, and it is left for Penrice. Curls it in with the left foot, right to the back post, and Shanklin could have got there.
It's a good ball. I'll tell you now, that's a really good ball. Shanklin kicks the post in frustration because he's not getting there. But a really good ball in.
I think Jordan McGee defended that really well there. Just get his body in the way, Shanklin stopped him getting to it. Crucial defending. So again, if that does go in, Alan, the difference in those team talks now at the minute, Dundee are still in the game.
Yeah, we've got 30 seconds left, one added minute, as Carson plays it long for Dundee, who trail Hearts by a 1-0 in the Scottish Cup quarter-final. Murray over the top, and Adewume's onto it. It's all the way to Adewume. Oh, and it's it. Oh, it's off the bar.
Wow.
It's thudded off the bar. Oh, I thought that was goal bound. I thought that was headed for the top corner. It clips the bar and spins away. And the chance is gone.
Totally away with one there. Really good play by the Dundee. Oh, we're just talking about team talks changing, Thomas. That's incredible. It's brilliant play from Adewume. He gets a shot off and it smashes off the bar and away. Hearts have got away with one there. Very, very lucky.
Well, Tynecastle breathes a sigh of relief because it is half-time and Hearts are one goal up. It was a brilliant goal. 27 minutes. Sandor Khartoum came to him on the edge of the box. A cultured, sweeping, left-footed strike into the top corner. And it was a sensational effort, and it is the difference between the sides at the break. Dundee have had some chances, the best of them right to the death there, as Murray scooped over the top. Adewume runs onto it, and it looked like it was heading for the top corner, came off the crossbar and stayed out. And that means at half-time at Tynecastle in the Scottish Cup quarter-final, it is Heart of Midlothian 1, Dundee 0.
Heart of Midlothian versus Dundee. The Scottish Cup, live on Sportsound from BBC Radio Scotland. Where Scottish football lives.
Good Morning Scotland is your essential breakfast briefing.
Can you negotiate with Russia in good faith?
We have to find a solution to this war.
The Prime Minister is walking a very fine line here.
Yeah, you've got to flatter Trump, that's obvious.
With news from around the globe and here at home.
We are here to meet a community of Syrian refugees who have made Butte their home.
My kid's very happy here.
His abiding memory was of the midges, terrible midges. I just wondered if you had any particular memories of your filming of Rob Roy.
We were up in the Highlands. I'd never spent time there before.
What did you make of it then?
Morning! Now that was Hollywood's biggest night.
Everything you need to know every day.
Wake up to Good Morning Scotland. Listen on BBC Radio Scotland and Sounds.
Well, you're listening to Sports Sound right now with me, Richard Gordon, and in the first of the Scottish Cup quarterfinals, it is Heart of Midlothian who have that half-time advantage. An absolutely magnificent first goal for the club from Santa Khartoum, but Dundee coming oh so close, right at the death there. Adewume's shot beating Craig Gordon, but smashing off the face of the crossbar. Got to say, about 25 minutes in, I was thinking Tony Docherty is going to be pretty happy with the way things were going, Dundee. And certainly the stats, you look at the first half stats, it's all pretty even. In fact, the biggest difference between the sides is the corners. And according to the records I've got there, Dundee have had 7 and Hearts have had 3, although it's felt that Dundee have had perhaps even more than that over the course of it. They just weren't able to create anything until it came to that Adewume chance. It's kind of dipped and flowed a wee bit, this one, Alan, hasn't it? There have been some really good little spells and other spells where it's been a bit off the pace.
Yeah, it's not been littered with chances, Richard, I'm afraid. I mean, the atmosphere has been electric here. Both sets of fans are really up for it tonight. But so far the players have not really got going, if you're being honest. It's very few chances. The goal itself is exceptional. It's magnificent. And then Hearts score a second. He's offside, but it's a really good move as well. For I think you'll know, you've probably seen it. Vargas has to score before Kabangu's flagged for offside.
He just shoots straight at the keeper. Yeah.
So, but if that goes in, is he still getting flagged for offside? Is he interfering?
Yeah, so it's come back off Carson and hits Kabangu, and he's in an offside position where it hits him. It then bounces to Shankland, who has the deflected effort that loops over the keeper and goes in. So Kabangu's absolutely offside. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
Yeah, but it's not. As I thought, Richard, coming here tonight, it's going to be a tight game, and that seems to be the case. I just wonder when Tony Docherty releases Jordan McGee from his chore of looking after Shanklin, because he's going to have to, if it stays 1-0, he's going to have to throw caution to the wind, get bodies forward. Now they may get caught, but he's got to go and have a go in the second half. If that goal had gone in, Adewume right on half time, it's a different matter. But 1-0 to Hearts, Neil Critchfield will be in there encouraging his players to try and get the second, as where Tony will be saying, right, we need to have a go. And I think he will at one point release McGee away from his duties and push him more forward, because as James knows better than I do, he's a goal threat. He really is. He arrives in the box at the right time, and he's got a finish in him as well. So it's going to be interesting in the second half, Richard, but not a brilliant one that you could say, I'm going to remember this game for a long time, this 45 minutes. But certainly the goal you will.
Yeah, absolutely. James, it was a thing of beauty, wasn't it? Santa Khartoum with his first goal for the club, just after Alan had been slagging him off.
Yeah,
exactly.
And he's been saying to me all night that he's not ready to play, but no, like he's been excellent. He has been, and again he's going to take time, as Alan had says to me. So, but a great goal, no chance. And you speak about goalkeepers, and we were posed the question about them changing their goalkeeper all the time. It wouldn't have mattered if they'd deter him in tonight. That still would have went in. It was a fantastic goal. And then again, as the game goes on, we're talking about what a great time it would have been for Dundee to score when they have a late set play. Then Hearts have an opportunity with a late free kick, and then Dundee go up the pitch in the last minute and hit the crossbar or the post. So as much as it's not been littered with chances, as Alan says, it's got the excitement of a cup tie, but I think a lot of that as well is down to this fantastic atmosphere in here created with both sets of fans.
The one thing that struck me throughout, and Hearts, other than there was one move down the right, but essentially everything's been down the left. It's Penrice and Spittle. It's the way that they link up. It'll have come as no surprise to Tony Docherty. They've done it pretty much all season long, those two. And yet Dundee just don't seem to be able to cope with them, James.
Yeah, and again, that's sitting here from a Dundee perspective, that's what would be frustrating me. I don't think they've got to grips with it, and again, maybe at the start I'm saying Josh Mulligan has to do this or do that, but I think he needs help as well. I don't think Garza's given him enough help. On the other side, as you say, that they're not going down that side too much, but Finlay Robertson is a lot more disciplined. Yeah, he's a young kid, but he's played as a defensive midfielder. He's a lot more disciplined and knows that defensive role. So for me, I think they'd be much more suited swapping Garza and Finlay Robertson, and having Finlay Robertson over beside Josh Mulligan, just helping him out. But look, credit to Hearts for it. Look, the movement from Spittle, from Penrice going down that side, and at times Shanklin peels into that area as well. So you could say it's good play from Hearts, but I think Dundee could certainly find a way to help it, and certainly to help Josh Mulligan out.
Right, 1-0 Hearts against Dundee at half-time. Let's just take a few moments to look back on last night and start by just kind of doing a little recap, Alan, on the last few weeks for Rangers. So they're not in the Scottish Cup quarter-finals, of course, because they were knocked out at Ibrox by Queen's Park. They then go to Tynecastle, play well and beat Hearts by 3-1, only to lose 2-0 at home to St Mirren and sack Philippe Clement, then appoint Barry Ferguson. They're 2-0 down to Kilmarnock in his first game, come back to win 4-2 away. They lose for the third time in a row at Ibrox on Saturday against Motherwell. They're way behind in the league, Premiership. And they go out to Turkey and they beat Jose Mourinho's Fenerbahce by 3-1. And let's be honest, it could have been 4-5-6 on the night, couldn't it? It is absolutely mental what's happened with that team in recent weeks.
It was funny, Richard, because I seen today online that someone said Rangers in Europe are like Spain when they won the World Cup, and then at the weekend are Berwick Rangers, and I'm not being disrespectful to Berwick Rangers, but it's such a contrast from European football to domestic football. As you rightly said, you've just touched on all the horrible results that they've had in recent weeks. But that performance last night was magnificent, and all credit to Barry Ferguson and Neil and Billy for getting that result. You know, you're talking someone at that level when Barry Ferguson and his team novices at that level against probably the most experienced man in the competition. And they outplayed them, they outfought them. You're right, they could have won by more goals on the night. The performance itself is exceptional, but I do believe what Mourinho said, that the tie's not over yet, and I'm sure Barry Ferguson and his team will be saying the same. They've got a lot more to give, but it's a great result for them. It's half a job done, it's half time, and they've still got to complete the job on Thursday night at Ibrox, but they've got given themselves a wonderful opportunity. But as a performance after Saturday against Motherwell, you could not see him coming, and I suppose that's the Rangers that we've come to know over Philippe Clement's time. Jekyll and Hyde, 1 week they're great in Europe, then they're poor domestically, and that's where the new person, whoever it may be, has to sort that out, because last night's performance shows you what they can reach, but the performance against Queen's Park, not being disrespectful with them, shows you the lows that they can reach as well.
I mean, obviously the Queen's Park game, it was a magnificent defensive and goalkeeping performance, I guess, to an extent. But I mean, is it too simple to say that in Europe, James, they're up against teams who open up and who try to play against them, and that suits these Rangers players down to the ground, rather than trying to break down opposition who are putting up the blocks and trying to close down space?
Yeah, I think it's far too simple, and it's an excuse to say that, in my opinion. Look, a result like Queen's Park can happen, but when it's Queen's Park, St Mirren, Motherwell, all at Ibrox, off the back of what you can see with what they do in Europe, then look, and Rangers have got better players in Queen's Park, they've got better players in St Mirren, they've got better players in Motherwell, so they should be able to find ways to go and break a team down, no matter what they do. And there are certain teams that come and sit off them. Motherwell went to Ibrox and high-pressed them and still went and won the game. So, look, it was a great result for them last night, great performance, and I was delighted, as Alan says, for Barry, for Neil, for Billy Dodds as well, and the staff, because when they were announced and hearing different people say, oh, that they've got a free hit against Fenerbahce, no way was that a free hit. They've went in there with an ambition to go and try and have another run in Europe, which Rangers have done over the last wee while. That they've got to a couple of finals, and they'd be desperate to go and test themselves, as Alan says, against one of the greats in Jose Mourinho. And they went out and they put on a masterclass on how to do that. Yeah, the tie isn't over, but Ibrox will be rocking again. But it's a bit like this place when it's a bit bigger and you get more fans in, but it's like this, it's a real tough place to go and play when your fans are on your side, and we've seen that over the last couple of years, that the atmosphere's created at Ibrox and at Celtic Park, to be fair, in European nights, and it'll be another one next week, and I'm intrigued to see how it goes. But look, great result for them, great performance for them, and I just wish you could see more of that in the domestic game, because then look, it maybe wouldn't cause managers to lose their jobs and the stick to be happening, because the players have got to have a look at themselves for that, because you can't produce that performance against a top team like that, and then again, no disrespect to Queen's Park, to St Mirren, to Motherwell, but produce those types of performances at home in front of your own fans against teams like that.
And Richard, said Jose Mourinho's press conference before the game, and he was asked if he wanted to, would they consider managing in Scotland one day?
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, it's a two-horse race in Scotland. It's not. somebody should tell them we've only got one horse and it's Celtic and they're getting stronger.
Yeah.
It's 28 trophies out of 39, something like that.
Well, certainly by the end of this,
Johnson have won 3.
Yeah, by the end of this season, Rangers will have won 3 out of the last 43 major Scottish domestic tournaments.
So it's a myth in recent times, you know, that we've got 2 horses, we don't. Because if that's the case, St Johnstone are a horse as well then, because they've won the same amount of trophies. So Rangers need to get themselves off the park sorted out. They need to get a new manager in place, and whether it's the guys that are in situ just now, that's up to I would imagine, the new people that are going to be coming in.
Yeah.
They've got big ambitions from what we read, but Rangers need to get themselves sorted out.
Just phenomenal, absolutely incredible, and inexplicable as well when you look at the different form domestically and in the Europa League. Big night coming on Thursday. It is Rangers against Fenerbahce. That will be live with us on Sports Sound on Thursday evening. Let's go live to Brian. He's just been joined by a player that Hearts would love to have out there this evening, Frankie Kent.
I'm sure he's a player who would love to be out there tonight, Frankie, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, I'm missing it a lot. It's nice to come and watch the games. Obviously the boys doing well, so yeah, it's been a weird game really, but yeah, we're doing all right. Good goal, and then hopefully we can take it in.
Yeah, important to go in at half-time 1-up though, because you were on top for most of the game, weren't you?
Yeah, I think so. Like I said, they've had like a bit of territory, to be fair.
A lot of corners, 7
corners and throw-ins and all that, but we've dealt with it quite well, and just good bit of quality from Sando, and but yeah, we've been doing all right.
What would it mean to get to Hampden? Is that a goal for you now in your fitness battle to get back for a semi-final place should Hearts make it?
Yeah, 100% for me personally. Obviously I want it just so there's another game before the end of the season, and obviously as a club as a whole, it'd be a big positive to get there and give us a good chance to get to the final.
And in terms of the fitness, how are you? When are you going to be back?
Mate, yeah, not too bad, thanks. I'm hopefully about 2-3 weeks away from full training, and yeah, set myself little targets. It's been ages. It feels like ages, but in some ways it's gone quite quick at the same time. So, but yeah, now I'm feeling good, thanks, mate.
And finally, what will the manager be saying to the players in there as they come out for the second half?
Just more of the same, I'd imagine. Just get a bit more control, I'd imagine. Just try and control the game probably a little bit more, take away their threats, and then just be dangerous when we've got the ball.
Thanks, Frankie. Good to see you back.
Nice one, geezer.
Not often Brian gets called geezer, it has to be said. They've really missed him, Alan, haven't they? Frankie Kent at the heart of that defence.
They have, and you know, and Halkett was coming back when Kent drops out, then Halkett picks up a long-term injury. Kingsley's been out for a long period of time. They've really suffered at the centre of the defence, Richard, and Frankie Kent, I think when they get him back, I think ultimately Neil Critchley might go to a back 3 with the likes of him. We've got Steinbender, McCart, you know, Halkett will come back in. They're going to be having abundance of centre halves, and I think the back 3 would be the better one. But Kent's been a big miss. He's been a leader. Penrice has been the best player for Hearts this season by a country mile, but Kent, when he was fit and when he was playing, was certainly up there with him. He was excellent.
Right, just waiting for the teams to come out. I know you were both praising or you certainly were, Alan, the performance of Kevin Clancy, the referee, which just reminded me, last Saturday I was down at Alloa with Cove, and an old teammate of yours, James, was in charge of the game, Sean Murdoch, who has taken up refereeing. I've got to say, it was really interesting to watch. I know there are probably very few former players who want to go into refereeing, but to see how he looked after the game, and how he was able to, he just had an understanding of the players. He applied the laws, but he had an understanding of the players, did it with real sensibility. So is it something you fancy, James?
No, certainly not, but I agree with what you say about Sean. He's done a few reserve games for when I was at Dunfermline. The other one that's doing it's Jamie McCunney as well, who's excellent, ex-Dundee United, ex-Dunfermline. But both of them, I mean, you can just see the rapport they have with the players. You can see the way they handle situations, and again, and I'm not saying this is right, but you see some of the players having a go at them, and they can understand that situation. Where now, not all. I'm not going to look like I'm on here bashing referees, and I think I said Kevin Clancy was having a good night as well tonight. But no, I think ex-players doing that do add that side that they've played, but also look, you get some very good referees that might not have played the game at a professional level that can do it. But no, Sean and Jamie McCurney are the two I've seen and I've been really impressed with them.
Well, look out for Jamie as well. But certainly, well done to Sean. And hey, I'm saying that despite the fact that Alloa beat Cove last week, so that shows you just how good his performance was. Right, teams are back out. It is Heart of Midlothian 1, Dundee 0 at half-time, thanks to a magnificent strike from Sander Khartoum. Back to our commentary team of James, Alan and Thomas Duncan.
Thanks, Richard. Dundee have made a change. Mohamed Silla is on for Jordan McGee in midfield, so that little experiment of Jordan McGee in the base of midfield is over. Mo Silla, who's started nearly every game for Dundee this season, was hooked at half-time against St Johnstone on Saturday. He was perhaps guilty of not tracking Mackenzie Kirk for the goal and was taken off I'm sure it wasn't just that, but he was taken off at half-time, but he is now on at half-time for Dundee in this second half as they look to try and retrieve this Scottish Cup tie, trailed by a 1-0. And we are underway. Shankland off his body, Larkesh takes it, goes forwards, Adewumi slips and Khartoum wins it off him, the goal scorer. Lovely flick from Shankland to find Baningame infield. Now it's into the feet of Spittle, centre circle. Opens it up by going to Penrice, who has space, and Mulligan's pointing at Garza to get across, and he does eventually. Now it's for Baningame. Hearts will be keen to add to their lead, but also just trying to exert a bit of control, no rush with things as Khartoum collects and gives it to Forrester.
That's better play there, Thomas, from Nielsen there. When he gets the ball, like he's on it now, touch it, drive forward into the space. There's a space for him to drive forward into. He's not comfortable because he's on his left side, but he's good enough to step on.
Here's Khartoum. He's under pressure from Finn Robertson. Goes back though to Steinwender and across to Nielsen. Encouraging thing for Dundee is they have been regular goal scorers in the Premiership, certainly, as Shaughnessy is under a bit of pressure and he ends up having to put it out for a throw-in in line with the edge of his own box. He kind of fell over there, Joe Shaughnessy, and now it's played quickly. Hearts into the box, low ball, Penrice, Vargas up off the face of Astley, and now it breaks for Khartoum and the space is quickly closed, tries to force it through a gap, and now it breaks for Vargas. Brilliant defending from Mulligan this time, down on top of Carson, who misses it, and then it's off Shankland and behind for the goal kick. Well, that was frantic.
Yeah, again, and it's good play. The problems here for Dundee is they're camped now, and you can hear the Hearts fans getting really annoyed, are really vocal and saying play forward, but at times Dundee are in a back five, back six, and it's causing problems. And again, that's the one, he gets to the byline, he cuts it back, Alan, and it's good play from Hearts, and then in the end Trevor Carson gets away with one because he just fumbled it.
Yeah, that's not a foul. It would have been fascinating if the ball ended up in the back of the net, because I think he doesn't take it at his highest point, Carson, and lets it drop into his arms at his waist height really, and Shankland puts him under a bit of pressure.
Murray's done well, I'll say that, and he's just given it away to Penrice, and now Penrice is marching forward, gives it to Kabangu, left hand side of the box, slides the ball in, Shankland is waiting, good block, and now it's back with Kabangu onto the left foot, finds Vargas inside the area, now left foot at Khartoum, and he's inches away from doing it again, over the top this time.
What a miss. It was almost similar to the goal. Brilliant play, rolled to him, and he's on his left foot on the right hand side. He tries to bend it in that top corner, and unlike the first half where he did, that's just over the top of the crossbar. But a good start to the second half from Hearts.
Yeah, just shaped it wonderfly on the left foot, just a wee bit too high. As Trevor Carson tries to pick out Aaron Donnelly at the halfway line, who loses out to Khartoum as they go for the header, and Larkesh off the top of his head. Great for Dundee to have him back after he missed over 2 months with a hamstring injury, and now it's Robertson looking to find Adewumi in behind. Hearts managed to defend, Steinbender's there, Dundee throw in, Donnelly, he's not going to fling this one in the box, too far out, he's asking for a bit of movement. Larkesh goes down the line, Adewumi's there, goes to Larkesh, controls, back to goal, back to Donnelly, curls it in first time, and it's a decent ball, edge of the 6-yard box, and Penrice has to just put it out for a corner first time.
Yeah, he's got to deal with Penrice. Mulligan's coming in at the back. It's a really good first time ball in, and a chance for Dundee here to try and flood the box. I wonder if they'll stand on front of Craig Gordon again. Finlay Robertson is going over to take it, and you're right, James, he's quite comfortable with both feet swinging them in.
Yeah, he'll take this one with his left and it'll be equally as good. The delivery, brilliant to watch.
Finn Robertson replaces the ball in the quadrant, back pedals towards the advertising boards at Tynecastle, arms in the air, he's ready to deliver this corner as Dundee look to find a leveller. Edge of the 6-yard box, Shaughnessy goes up, and Hearts just get something on it, and it's come for a Dundee throw-in down right next to the corner flag. Donnelly, I think, well, this is almost as good as a corner with his throw-in. He goes short, actually, this time. And it's Robertson to Donnelly, inside to Larkesh, touch out his feet, and he's crossed it in. Shaughnessy with a header, Shaughnessy with a goal! Bedlam in the away end! Dundee celebrate in front of their ecstatic fans. Joe Shaughnessy has headed them level. I think Hearts feel this ball might have gone out. We will wait and see, but for now it is Hearts 1, Dundee 1.
It looked very tight, and I was ready for saying Larkesh had made the wrong decision with crossing it and not going back, but it's a great ball, it's a great header for Shaughnessy. Hopefully it wasn't out, and hopefully it's a goal and we've got a game in our hands.
That's a brilliant header, but if he has dug it out, Larkesh, it's a great ball. It really just hangs it up, and there's Shaughnessy. And it's been, Hearts haven't been great at defending these, they haven't, and that's been and you've seen all the debris coming on the pitch for the Dundee end and Craig Gordon's 6-yard box, not great. But we'll wait and see. It's an interesting one. Maybe Brian will get a view, I don't know.
This goal's going to stand. This goal's going to stand. Dundee are level. Goal is given. It is 1-1. So Ziad Larkesh must have kept that ball in, or at least there was not conclusive evidence that it was out, because the on-field decision was that it was in. And Shaughnessy, captain's goal to bring Dundee level at Tynecastle. And yeah, the Dundee fans, what a moment for them. But yeah, as Alan said, a bit sad to see a few things were thrown onto the pitch amidst their celebrations, which is not good, especially Craig Gordon down there, as Silla plays it to Astley, fires it forward, Murray's on the shoulder of Nielsen, but it goes through to Craig Gordon, who collects. Well, game on, breathless stuff at Tynecastle, 1-1.
It is game on, but Dundee had the chance to do something there that they've not done enough against a diamond and get those outside midfielders working really hard. They actually choose to go forward longer instead of going to Mulligan. They've not done it enough.
Forrester blocked and loops up, Silla gets a toe on it. Khartoum gets it though, now it's with Shankland, edge of the box, drives one low, and it's past the target. I think he was looking for, it was a low ball that he was wanting Vargas and Kabangu to run onto it. They couldn't get there, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
I think it's a shot, and he's trying to cut across it to get a bit of bend on it, and just doesn't quite get into the back of the ball. But you know, a game on now, I knew it would be tight, Thomas. It's a tight game. It's not a lot of chances in that opening period, but Dundee getting that early goal in the second half, we're all square.
And Joe Shaughnessy, first goal of the season for him, which doesn't say much because his season only started in the last few weeks. First goal since his comeback from an ACL injury, and the foul is given. Adewumi is brought down on this near side touchline, and a chance for Dundee to put the ball in as someone else is thrown onto the pitch from the stands there.
Again, another needless foul where he is on the pitch, and it gives Dundee this chance to load the box where they've been a threat all night. And again, just touching on Shaughnessy, it is his first goal, and what a massive boost for Dundee, getting them back for their league campaign as well.
I would go short here, it's 2v1, Hearts have switched off.
And that's what they're doing as Adewumi comes in, he reverses it back to Finn Robertson, puts it in at the near post, and Gordon had to
completely
use two gloves to put it behind for a corner.
You could see it, honestly, you just wonder at time what players think. It's so obvious, there was only one Hearts player out, 2v1 situation. Dundee again on top, corner here to come in.
And it's the Dundee fans in the away end, you can hear singing now at Tynecastle as they prepare to take another corner kick. Swung in, back post, their bodies go down, they are. Longing looks at Kevin Clancy, the referee, but it is a goal kick to Hearts. 1-1, they've played 54 minutes. Dundee perfect start to this second half. I did say that they are good for a goal, joint fourth for goals in the Premiership, along with Hearts, and scored in their last 5 games, now 6, after those 6-0 thumpings at the hands of Hearts and Celtic. And Craig Gordon prepares to take the goal kick, and a raucous Tynecastle in a compelling Scottish Cup quarter-final. Lewis Nielsen is caught by Simon Murray.
That's the
and now
position.
It's with Mulligan out for the throw into Hearts.
Sorry, the position Mulligan should be high up the pitch, where he should be pressing. They're unlucky there, but obviously credit to Tony Dock and the Dundee staff. They've identified it, because they've been a lot further forward in engaging Hearts in this second half, and it's paying off for them.
Hearts throw it up the line, bounces, and Hearts get the... Dundee get the free kick. Lauren Shankland is penalised, and he queries it with Kevin Clancy, but another Dundee free kick, this time over on the far side, and another chance for a delivery from Finn Robertson.
At least this time they've got 2 out. But it haven't started the second half, Hearts. All credit to Dundee.
55 played, Hearts 1, Dundee 0. Khartoum in the first half, Shaughnessy in the second. Free kick, Robertson over it, he's ready to take, curls it in with the right foot. Gordon comes, Gordon punches, bounces, Garza awkward, and now Hearts are pressing, and Mo Silla's been caught, he's brought down Vargas. Kabangu's through, Kabangu's 1-on-1 with Carson, and Garza gets back with a brilliant sliding challenge, but the referee is brandishing the yellow card for Mohamed Silla.
Wow. It's a clear goal scoring opportunity, is it not? Well, although Kabangu's on, the referee's wave play on. And it'd been interesting if Kabangu hadn't been there.
Yeah, I think then it's a red card if he's not there, but I think and the Hearts players are rightfully so arguing it, but the fact he goes through, he gets the opportunity, he should still score, but what's Silla doing?
He slows down, Kabangu. He's got the pace, nobody's going to catch him, but he slows down.
Yeah, and I wonder, obviously, the fact that Garza got back in the end to get Kabangu might have played into it as well, and it's been checked, and
I think it's the right call. It's the right call, because Kabangu's had the chance. The referee's played a good advantage.
Corner comes in from Hearts, on top of Carson, misses it. Shankland's header at the back post, cleared off the line by Murray, and it's going to go for another Hearts corner.
You now look at this and you can see, we're saying about Tony Docherty changing goalkeepers, you can maybe see now that Carson's got to do so much better.
Corner to the Hearts, Spittle on the far side, curled in on top of Carson, this time he punches it with both gloves. And now it's with Khartoum right hand side of the box, battling with Robertson, good feet from Khartoum, and it's intercepted with a head. Aaron Donnelly's crossed it in, curled in, Kabangu's lurking, Shaughnessy's header away. It's sent back, and then Nielsen controls, and good feet from Spittle, floats a delivery, and it's over Shankland. Donnelly half clears with a head, now it's back to Spittle, flicked on Kabangu off the thigh, and then it's thumped away by Astley, and Dundee
what is Silla doing?
Silla barges over Penrice.
He's got his hands in, it's madness from him. The one earlier takes too long in the ball, Hearts should be in front, and then he's giving free kicks away like that, and he's got his hands in his head as if it's not a foul. It's just madness.
But you would think as well, though, James, it's one tackle away if he'd been off.
Exactly.
He's putting himself under pressure.
Yep, and he's just been brought on, Alan, as well. Tony Docherty's got a decision now. Does he leave him on? Because Tony now knows he's probably only one foul away as well.
And he's a very combative player. When you see him, every time you see him playing, he's right in the thick of things.
And this is well within Spittle range as well.
Yeah, it's a good distance out, but Spittle's going to take it on the right foot into the wall, spins, Vargas will go after it and shields it to let it go for the corner kick.
Been a decent response for Hearts since he conceded that equaliser.
Yeah, it has been. Both sides have had their fair share of corner kicks. The last couple causing a few nerves in Dundee defensive ranks. Hearts corner, Spittle near post, that's a poor one. Mulligan's there, heads it away. Khartoum controls, sends it back in. Donnelly up and into the air. Penrice, and that's backheeled off of.
Here's where Mulligan should.
Yeah, and Mulligan, his pass is slightly behind Adewume, who's managed to get onto it anyway, and he's played it to Larkesh. Dundee moving forward, Larkesh up to the edge of the box, takes a strike on, Gordon with a save. bounces, Spittle clears. And now Hearts are coming down the other end. Vargas with the pace, can't keep it in. And it's a Dundee throw-in, but Marquesh, fierce strike, but it was more or less straight at Gordon.
Yeah, I think there he should have slipped Adewumi in. He makes a great run. Yeah, it'd have been a tough pass, but they take a shot on for there against Craig Gordon. Your chances of scoring that when he had a good run for striker, I think it was a wrong decision.
We're into the 60th minute. It is Hearts 1, Dundee 1. Scottish Cup quarter-final live on Sportsound, BBC Radio Scotland. As Forrester wins the battle and plays it into Beningame, then to Penrice. Penrice with a bit of space, but he's going sideways as well as forwards. Now it's Spittle. Spittle slides it down the side of the box for Shanklin. Shanklin's cross is teasing quite high, and then it's Kabangu on the turn. Brilliant challenge. What a challenge that is. And now it's one. Penrice edge of the area. Lawrence Shanklin deflected and into the chest of Carson, and Dundee survive. What a tackle. Was it Astley?
Yeah. What a game now.
Now Dundee in loads of space. Garce up to the edge of the box, tries to pick out Adewumi. Could have maybe taken that on himself. And it's out for a throw far side.
It's now a proper cup time.
Yeah, if the first half was lacking chances, this certainly isn't. That Ashley tackle was magnificent on Kabangu.
Yeah, great defending. One he had to be made, but the timing of it, just the block on it as well. Great positioning from him, great body shape, real good defending.
And here's Shaughnessy, he can throw this right into the 6-yard box.
Yeah, it's Shaughnessy, the goal scorer, the Dundee captain, over to take this throw in. Dundee with a second half equaliser from Shaughnessy, who throws the ball into the Hearts box. Donnelly's front post, it's allowed to bounce. Steinbender heads it, and then it looked like a foul on the edge of the box. It was. Hearts free kick. Vargas is the one caught, and then the ball is...
Donnelly's brilliant there, pretending he's been hitting the leg. He gets himself in the way, the ball goes out. Allows him to get himself back into shape.
I have to say that was the most half-hearted theatrics I've seen in quite some time. A kind of half-feigning injury with no real conviction. But it is a Hearts free kick just outside their own box, and Craig Gordon rolls it to Steinbender. Right-footed pass to Khartoum. Khartoum to Shankland, and it's been end-to-end in the second half. It really has. What a cup tie. Steinbender up to Vargas, lays it to Beningame. Beningame travels forwards, goes square to Spittle. Now it's Penrice. Kabangu's peeled out. Good challenge from Astley. Hearts throw. Astley's been tremendous tonight, I have to say, not just that block. Come into the side to make it a back three. Kabangu goes down, and it is a free kick to Hearts on the left-hand side of the box. Spittle or Penrice will fancy this.
This one is for Spittle. This is ideal again, flashing in between the penalty spot and the 6-yard box, plenty of pace on it, body's going in, trying to keep it on the target in case no one gets a touch.
And Spittle is over, hands on hips. Penrice having a little chat with him, but
horrible one for the goalkeeper, as you say, Alan. If it is between the goals and nobody touches it or touches it, it's horrible for a goalkeeper.
It is Spittle with the right foot, flicked on, it's in the bottom corner! Bottom corner! Vargas celebrates, but I think that's come off a Dundee head. But regardless, it's flew past Trevor Carson into the bottom corner, and Hearts have their lead back in this Scottish Cup quarter-final. Hearts 2, Dundee 1.
Yeah, just exactly as we were saying there. Obviously we've not seen the replay, so we don't know who that came off, but when you put it into that area, it's horrible for a defender, it's horrible for a goalkeeper, but it's a dream for any attacking player to then go on the end there, or as a defender you need to try and do something, but unfortunately for Dundee it's ended up in the back of their net, but great delivery.
Yeah, I'm just saying that, I'm talking about it, and it's a great ball in, but it's exactly the ball you wanted from Spittle. There's pace on it, it's on target. Murray's got to get something on it. Unfortunately for him, it flicks off his head into the back of the net.
Simon Murray own goal, and when that was announced over the tannoy, the Hearts fans enjoyed it as Vargas bears down on Carson, who takes it, giving Simon Murray, a former Hibs player of course, as Mulligan carries over halfway, and Dundee have to come from behind again. But you have to say, there's more chances in this game for both teams.
Yeah, the way it's going, you think, and the ball's into the box, and look, set plays, as I said earlier, Dundee are vulnerable from set plays, and that proved the point there. But Simon Murray's got to go for it. He's got to try and get something on it. But as Alan said, it's when you put it into that, and it's one of the things that really frustrated me as a manager and as a player. When you're in an area where you can put the ball into those and they overhit it or they underhit it, in those areas, and Spittle's perfect at it, they've got to go between the sticks. Fine, if everybody misses it and the goalie can pick it up, then that's fine, but you've got to make the goalkeeper at least work, because a lot of the time they end up in the net through one way or another.
See, they keep with that one, and well, obviously the Hearts players are down injured on the far side, but with that one, Thomas, you always try and keep the ball in the goal. If nobody gets it, the keeper can't dive until somebody touches it, really. And 9 times out of 10, the ball's beyond him before he ends up having to dive and react. So it's a great ball in from Spittle. Penrice does it as well. We've seen it so many, even over the years, the likes of David Beckham, world class at it, whipping it into the area. You know, really good ball in there.
But also on it, Alan, when it is between the goals, you're forcing the goalie to work or the defenders to defend. We've seen one earlier, Hearts put it in, Jordan McGee just ushers the ball out at the back post because it's not, he couldn't do that if it was between the goals. So it's a great delivery, and unfortunately for Simon Murray, it ends up in an own goal.
James Penrice is back on the pitch. He had treatment for a minute or so, which was worrying for Hearts fans here, but it looks okay. He's back in position as it's thrown by Dundee to Larkesh, left hand side of the Hearts box. Hearts 2, Dundee 1. Robertson dispossessed by Khartoum, and Steinbender's going to shield this out as Hearts get the goal kick.
It is a worry if Penrice, because he looks as if he's struggling, because of obviously Mullen's cup tie playing with Thistle, so they've not got a natural left back. You know, Penrice has been magnificent. I think Mullen, as long as Penrice is here, Mullen's going to be a bit part player, but they've not got a natural left back to go on there if something's wrong. Taylor could come on at right back, Forrest onto left back possibly.
Yeah, we'll monitor that. He's moving gingerly. James Penrice still flicks it open round the corner. Now it's with Shanklin, who lets it run for a Hearts throw-in. Hearts with 1 foot in these Scottish Cup semi-finals. As Tynecastle starts to sing and enjoying their team's response after conceding the equaliser. Here's Shankland's. Looks up, rolls it to Khartoum. Wonderful take on the turn. He's up to the edge of the box. Oh, what a goal! Brilliant goal! That is absolutely sensational again from Sander Khartoum. And Harlem and Lothian may just have booked their place at Hampden in the Scottish Cup semi-finals, thanks to another fantastic strike from Sander Khartoum. Hearts 3, Dundee 1.
First and foremost, again, is that better than his first one? Probably. It's the way he turns onto his left foot, and he's so left-footed. Dundee fans are leaving. He's so left-footed, you can see he's never going to hit this with the right foot. He hits it with the outside of the left into the bottom corner, giving Carson absolutely no chance. Magnificent stuff from Khartoum.
Yeah, and he's enjoying it, and he's got every right to do that. It's a fantastic goal. I think Finlay Robertson will be disappointed with himself. He gets too tight.
What a goal. Different to the first, which was just a cultured curling strike into the top corner. He took that one on the turn and then drove to the edge of the box and just like caresses it into the bottom corner.
Exactly the word I was about to come in and say. It was just the way he caressed that in. It was the control on it, and a fantastic goal. And again, I will go back. Finn, knowing Finn, he'll be disappointed just the way he was turned and allowed that, and it's happened again with Shanklin. Dundee need to get their cell in control, because they don't want this game to just skip away too far.
Well, this place is going bonkers right now, because Heart of Midlothian are 3-1 up in the quarter-finals of the Scottish Cup. Dundee's fight back was short-lived, and Hearts have a 2-goal cushion for the first time tonight. And Tynecastle is in fine voice and enjoying itself.
and the Hearts players are enjoying it now. You can see that just in their play. They're playing with a lot of freedom.
Yeah, the thing is as well though, James, you're thinking if Dundee could have won this tonight, everyone's playing for semi-final places at Hampden, it picks up the whole club. Now they're going to have to, if they don't get back into it, it's a dogfight to stay in the league now.
No, definitely, and that's why when you're in those situations and these ties come around, you forget the situation, you forget what's coming up, and you go out and try and win this. And at the minute, that's going against Dundee.
But it's the same old story for Dundee, conceding too many goals. Sander Khartoum, it's obvious, but they've conceded an awful lot this season. Worst defence in the Premiership. They conceded 64 last season. Only Livingston conceded more.
Ten Rice is struggling. Ten Rice is really struggling.
And they should probably get him off now with a two-goal advantage as Larkesh curls it into the penalty area, but headed away by Hearts, out for a throw-in to Dundee over on the far side. You think, don't risk him with a two-goal advantage.
And not so much just don't risk the injury of the player, but the game as well. You're better getting someone on that's fit. This game is still there if Dundee can get the next goal, and if you've got a man that's struggling, you're better getting him off. The other player might not be as good in that position, but still you're better getting someone that's 100% on.
Dundee throw on the far side, and Joe Shaughnessy, the Dundee captain, certainly hasn't given up the fight. It was his goal that brought them back level at the start of the second half, and it's now his throw-in. It's about to come into the Hearts box. Here he goes, flings it to the near post. Spittle's there to meet it, bounces, and Cabangu puts Robertson under pressure, but he'll regather himself and go back to Carson. And obviously we've not seen replays, but I do wonder if Carson could do better for that third goal as well.
So hard, I'm not so sure.
Yeah,
honestly, I think it was just outside the cartoon's left foot. It's not as if it's on his left and he's bending it in. It's actually going away from him, as far as I remember, Thomas. I don't know. You might be right. You might be right.
I just thought he was maybe slow to get down. I don't know. It's perhaps I'm being harsh. We're actually just seen a replay of it on the
through Donnelly's legs as well. I think it's a great finish. I think
side netting.
Yeah, really good goal.
No, I think you're right. Just seen the replay of it on the big screen here, and I think you're right. It's it's right in the side net in the finish.
Yeah, it's a great goal.
Wonderful.
You used to have obviously been here a lot more doing this. How does this atmosphere at the minute compare to a league game? Say they were beating Dundee 3-1 in a league. The
atmosphere's been great. It has been. Obviously early on in the season, James, it was toxic because they were bottom of the league and they were struggling. But I think since Neil Critchley's come in, and last year I've got to give Stephen Naismith a lot of credit. He finished third and got Hearts into Europe, and it was like this last year as well. But it's starting to come back. Obviously the result at Easter Road on Sunday was a disappointment, but they're starting to come back, and if they can see this out, they've got a trip to Hampden, and you never know. There's some tough games coming up in the next 3 days.
Dundee free kick. Robertson delivers from deep to the back post. Shaughnessy's round the back, and it's just behind Mulligan. And now it's Garza, first time strike, always heading wide of the target. 3-1 Hearts, 72 on the clock.
And is there Alan, is there always that extra special feel round about this place when it is the Scottish Cup?
Yeah, the Scottish Cup's brilliant, James. You've played in it yourself, like myself, and we've managed in it. It's the magic of the Cup. The League Cup's brilliant, don't get me wrong, but there's just something about the Scottish Cup. It's just wonderful. And at the end of it, the winners, if it's not Celtic who are going to win the league this year, if it's not Celtic that win it, you're going to be in Europe. You're going to catapult the team in third to get that European spot. It's so good as where the League Cup's not got the same gravitas.
And it's the last season of guaranteed group stage football for Scottish clubs, so whoever wins the Scottish Cup, if it's not Celtic, it's an enormous prize, never as well as obviously the glory of winning the Cup in itself, which is the biggest thing of all. But Murray spins it in behind for Mulligan to chase, gets there, holds off Penrice, then gives it to Murray. Murray still has it, corner of the box, gives it to Mulligan. Dundee not giving up this as they try and work across an opportunity through Mulligan. His cross is eventually blocked. Silla steps in, goes down, and Spittle fouls out. Free kick to Dundee. And they've had a lot of set piece opportunities, not made as much of them as they would have liked.
No, but here's an opportunity for them there. I think Spittle's lucky not to get a yellow card there. The late challenge on Silla.
And Dundee are going to make a change here. Scott Tiffany is coming on, and Ziad Larkesh is being withdrawn. So an attacking change from Tony Docherty. Well, it has to be 74 played, and they're 2 goals down in the quarter-final of the Scottish Cup, and they need something special to retrieve the situation from here. Free kick on the far side. It's curled in, dangerous ball, but Shanklin deals with it in near post, and it's back with Garza. Lets it run and goes back to Carson. Dundee go direct through Carson. Leap in the air from Steinbender, and then Tiffany sends it forward. Murray bounces for Murray. Penrice is back, gets a challenge in, goes back to Gordon. Dundee fans want a penalty. Looked like Penrice got the ball from here. As it's rolled out to Forrester, will obviously be checked in the background.
That's a lovely challenge, it really is. Even Murray doesn't complain for the penalty there. It's the Dundee fans behind the goal more than anything.
Yeah, and I don't even think Simon's looking for the penalty in the sense that he's going down easy. I just think it's great defending, and there's a coming together through the defending. It's great defending.
Yeah, you can see the direction of the ball. It spins off his foot and goes back to Craig Gordon. As it's played square by Hearts to Nielsen, who's got a bit of grass in front of him, goes to Penrice, who looks to have run off that issue that he had before, as he certainly looks to have run it off because he's rampaging forward here and keeps it in on the touchline. Goes to Spittle. Hearts 3, Dundee 1. Hearts coming forward. Vargas, Spittle, and they're popping it about first time now. Looking confident. Shankland's. Now it's forced infield. Garza blocks it. Now Mulligan hacks it up the line, and it's Adewumi who gets there. He's up against Beningame, and he's going to run him for pace. Adewumi forced back. Beningame does well to recover, and he's still going. Adewumi twisting and turning, and
Beningame's been magnificent in recent weeks for Hearts. He's been brilliant, absolutely outstanding. Once again, he just snuffs things. He knows where the danger is, and he closes it down.
Vargas coming off for Hearts. He's applauded, and it's Callum Neuenhoff who scored that equaliser against St Mirren in the last round. Is coming on. Spittle is also coming off, and he is going to be replaced by Alan Forrest, who comes on. So double change for Hearts.
And really good again from Spittle and Penrice on that left-hand side. Big threat for Hearts, they really are. But another one, great to see Neuenhoff back. He's been really missed.
Yeah, a couple of goals already, both of them against St Mirren. One in the cup, one in the league, and had nearly a year out with a hamstring injury. As Silla battles for it on the far side for Dundee. If they can get one, it'll certainly unsettle this stadium, which has been raucous since the second Hearts goal. But really, it is Hearts in control. Dundee throw, and Kevin Clancy making sure everyone's all right here as Dundee prepare for yet another long throw-in. Shaughnessy's in the box this time, and it's to the front post, headed away by Hearts. It's a Shanklin challenge, it goes in. Dundee keep it in. Silla flashes it across, and well, Nielsen felt he couldn't leave it for Gordon, turns it behind for a corner.
He's got that big strapping on his thigh, Nielsen. And you see it there. Clearly feeling something.
Yeah, well,
he's actually got his hand rubbing it. Again, lack of centre halves on the bench.
Yeah, we'll see how that progresses. Jamie McCart not in the squad today, as it's curled in by Dundee from the corner. Shaughnessy is there, but it's headed away by Steinbender. Silla goes back to Carson. What have you made of Steinbender in his early Hearts career, Alan?
He's been good. Again, one that's not played a lot of games, but he's come in. His introduction was up at Dundee actually in that 6-0 game. He was very good, and he's come in and settled well. He's got a decent partnership with Jamie McCart at the moment. I think we've seen already that McCart and Steinbender are good in both boxes. They've scored goals for the club so far. So no, they've been good acquisitions. Both of them have. I think that the January window for Hearts has been very good. We see Khartoum coming with a reputation of a goal-scoring midfielder. He's hitting the heights. Kabangu's got 7 goals. He's hitting the heights. Steinbender's done very, very well. You know, so it's been a very good window for Hearts.
Yeah, Neil Critchley's first, and it will be an interesting summer at Hearts. A lot of players out of contract. It's played forward. Alan Forrest is substitute. Kabangu's in the middle. It's come to him. Takes the touch. Kabangu blocked by Donnelly, and then Tiffany hacks it away as Hearts look to ice the cake Forrester sends it in from deep. Shaughnessy flicks it up and away to the back post. Controlled by Mulligan, not investing it straight to Cabangu. Saved by Carson. Slack from Mulligan to give Cabangu the chance there.
Yeah, what's Josh Mulligan doing there? That's not the place to take chances. Just get rid of that and deal with it.
Here come Hearts. Khartoum on a hat-trick. Gives it to Nieuwenhof. Out to Penrice. Penrice curls the ball in onto the penalty spot, and then Khartoum on the volley. Breaks for Cabangu. Carson saves. Point-blank range.
It's just not going as I said, he's all games, he's always in the right place. He just can't finish at times.
Yeah.
Well, he's certainly getting the chances. But the thing for him, he's got to keep doing that. Keep being in those areas.
Here's Forrest down the left-hand side, keeps it in for Hearts. And tries to win the corner and eventually gets it as Shaughnessy stabs it behind.
On another night, Cabangu could have scored a hat-trick himself. You know, the chances he's had. But I'll say it, he knows where the goals are. He just needs to work on his finesse with his finishing at times. Like he finished like we Robbo used to finish. You know, because he's getting chances. He had 5 against Rangers, he had 3 tonight.
Yeah. He's got a decent pedigree. Cabangu, but the corner comes in for Hearts near post. Steinbender's there. Mulligan gets a header on it. Then Tiffany on the edge of the box flicks it away with the head. And Nieuwenhof plays it back. It's forwards. And then Donnelly backwards header to Carson, who collects. Do Dundee have anything left in them? 10 minutes left plus whatever will be added. And it is Hearts 3, Dundee 1. Hearts on course to be the first team through to the last 4 of the Scottish Cup.
Yeah, look, it's the quarter-finals of the Scottish Cup. They've got to have something in them. They've got to give this a go. They've got to keep going. There's a bad tackle.
Yellow.
And the yellow is flashed for Nieuwenhof. Not long on the pitch. Into Kevin Clancy's book.
I think Dundee are going to make another change.
Charlie Riley, by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's pulling the socks up. Over on the far side, fourth official's boards goes up. It's Garza goes off, and it's Riley, Charlie Riley, the 23-year-old, coming on. His 3rd appearance of the season, coming to the side in recent weeks.
Yeah, he's struggled this season with a hamstring injury that's blighted his career to date.
Here's Donnelly out far wide, really dangerous ball, and it comes off an arm, and Penrice clears it away. And Ashley's got his head in his hands because he feels that was a great chance, but it came off his arm in the end. I don't know if he could, it was too low to get a head on it. It would have been almost just running into it and hoping it went in the back of the net.
Yeah, great ball, and he arrives in that area, and he's just unlucky, as you say, but it bounces up and hits him. That's where you want a Simon Murray or an attacker in on that.
Throw in to Finlay Robertson. Back to Shaughnessy, his cross is blocked by Cabangu. He has worked incredibly hard. No goal. He's been through one-on-one 2 or 3 times, not managed to beat Carson. Had another chance as well. And Shaughnessy is going to throw this into the Hearts box. Dundee needs something, anything. Hearts deal with that again. And then it spins for Shankland.
Just play Cabangu through.
And then Shankland continues, and he does try and play Cabangu through. The pass has not got too much pace on it. Cabangu slips, and now it's with Khartoum, and now it's Forrester deflected, and Carson gathers at his near post. The Hearts crowd urging Khartoum to shoot from 30 yards. Why not?
But again, you're thinking, listen, Forrester's a young man. Just bide your time. You're 3-1 up. It's great. You're enthusiastic. You want to get up there and support. But Dundee have broke down into the area where you should be. Just. You've got to use your head, know the game.
Yeah. And that'll come through experience, you'll be taught. But as you say, you're playing in front of your home crowd. You don't get much time to learn that experience in the quarter-final of a Scottish Cup.
Hearts are going to make another couple of changes. I think it's going to be Wilson and Drama to come on as the game becomes stretched and Dundee go for it. Hearts have it. Shankland forward to Nieuwenhof, and now to Cabangu on the left touchline, slides it for Nieuwenhof. This would seal it. Saved again by Carson at the near post. Well, he's made quite a few good stops, Trevor Carson. Otherwise Hearts would be out of sight.
Yeah, you've got to say Hearts deserve to win, James, at the moment. They've dominated the second half after Dundee getting that equaliser.
Yeah, second half have been excellent. Really crisp in their play, they've controlled the game, taking their time on the ball, but they also know when to speed the play up, and they've caused Dundee real threat. And you're right, Carson's made a few good saves, but look, Dundee need to keep going. There's still a chance here.
Gordon takes a chance by letting that run through, but it was a calculated risk because he beat Adewumu to the ball and gathers it, and he's in no rush. The Hearts goalkeeper, we've got 5.5 minutes of the 90 to play. It is Hearts 3, Dundee 1 in the Scottish Cup.
I think you get Khartoum off for a well-deserved round of applause and man of the match.
He's on the hat-trick, Alan.
Nah, I know, but he's not played a lot of football, Thomas. You didn't want him to pick up an injury through tiredness.
Yeah, I'll get your point. The crowd's urging him to shoot at any opportunity.
I don't know who, maybe him and Kabangu off. They're so vital, Kabangu. Hearts have got 4 tough games before the split, really tough, so they need to be.
Yeah.
Equally, listen, Dundee's 4 before the split are massive as well. I think they've got to go to Ibrox, or don't Rangers at Dens, I think, actually.
Yeah, Dundee United, and then get the Derby, then Rangers at Dens in the next 2 massive games.
Elton Kabangu's work is done for the night, and he gets a warm ovation for it. James Wilson, who celebrated his 18th birthday yesterday, is on, and the Heart fans are going to applaud Sander Khartoum to special goals that have Hearts on course for Hampden. He is withdrawn, and Moussa Drama comes on to the park for the closing stages of this game. No hat-trick for Khartoum, but those goals will live long in the memory as it's thrown forwards by Hearts. Drama.
It's quite nice, Thomas, to get to one where you think, you read about it and Hearts will tell you this guy is coming in, Khartoum, he's a goal scorer midfield player, left-sided, plays on the right, and you think, okay, let's have a look. And he lives up to the billing. He'll get better, James, that 85, 86 minutes, whatever it is under his belt, he'll get a lot better as well. He'll score more goals. Yeah. Really good performance.
And I think you're spot on, Alan, as well. Get them off, and look, sometimes you see players going off when they're on a hat-trick and they're annoyed, and as a manager you need to deal with that, but he looked pretty okay going off there, but as you say, getting that into his legs, getting a fantastic performance, and sometimes getting him off, keep him safe, is much more than risking him, even if he does go and get the hat-trick.
Yeah, Hearts with Ross County here next week, then away to Celtic, Dundee United at home, Motherwell away before the splits, and then semi-finals weekends, which they will be bookmarking at the moment, 19th, 20th April. And Dundee with a really tough pre-split fixtures as well, as Jesus mentioned, in the Derby, Tannadice next week as Silla goes across the pitch and he takes a chance there, goes back to Carson, and they home to Rangers, home to St Mirren, then away to Hibs. Really tough games for Dundee as they look to get into the split with a cushion over St Johnstone at the very least. Here's Shanklin, now it's Alan Forrest again, Carson saves. Tremendous stuff from the Dundee goalkeeper. Hearts should be out of sight.
They scored 6 5 weeks ago. They could have scored 6 again in the second half. Carson's been magnificent.
Yeah.
Here's Nielsen, and Dundee's hopes slipping away, 2 goals behind as we approach 88, and thoughts turn to Premiership survival, and they've not beaten a top flight side since they won the Derby in the Cup in January. That needs to change quickly, and they need to stop leaking goals. That's the bottom line.
The thing is, the impetus is with St Johnstone. Everyone had St Johnstone away.
Here's Shankland, Wilson's on the shoulder, threaded through, Wilson, Donnelly comes across, Wilson still has it, going away from goal, and then passes it to Forrester.
There we go, see the game through now, there's no need to charge forward, keep the ball.
Forrester for Steinwender, and suddenly that Joe Shaughnessy equaliser feels a long time ago for Dundee. Here's Penrice coming down the left hand side. Dundee fans, most of them still there, backing their team to the end as Shankland takes. Now it's Nieuwenhof out to Forrester. Pass wasn't great, but Forrester's done well to nick it ahead of Tiffany, and then he almost fell over himself and hits it go out for a Dundee throw-in.
Alan, and just touching on that St Johnstone comment as well, that they're doing really well, but what they also have is an opportunity to get to Hampden with a winnable tie come Monday night as well, and then that lifts them, like what we're talking about Dundee. So it's Dundee need to start winning games, they need to start picking up points, but on the other hand, St Johnstone are a real threat to that bottom position and dragging Dundee into it.
They are. I couldn't see that. Honestly, I thought St Johnstone were struggling and Dundee were comfortable, sitting on their way up, but the wheels have just came completely off them, and they need to regroup, they need to get going. And Tony's interview at the weekend saying, I don't look at the table, I don't believe that for a minute. As if he's not, John Nelm certainly is, the chairman, he'll certainly be looking at it. And I get him and saying nothing's handed out in March, and I get that, but you must know where you are in the league. It's a bit like a golfer saying, I don't look at the leaderboard. Don't believe that either.
No, well, I can only speak for experience, but I was looking at the league 2 or 3 times a day, particularly when things weren't going well, and trying to find ways, how do we get out of this, or what happens if so-and-so win a game. But I think the only time I didn't look at it was when we were at Dunfermline and we were doing quite well, because you didn't want to count who could catch you, but no, they need to get themselves going, and they need to get themselves going quickly.
We've got 4 minutes of added time, the 90 is up. Hearts 3-1 to the good against Dundee at Tynecastle. Hampden bound.
Thomas, the thing I see at the start of the season, they were scoring goals for fun. They were the top goal scorers in the League Cup. They were keeping clean sheets, they were defending properly, and everything's gone from them. I think Shaughnessy's coming back will certainly help them.
Yeah, and I think that a big impact, or a big thing that happened is obviously they lost Luke McCowan. That's not the reason they're conceding goals or stuff like that, but when you lose a player of that quality, that hurts. But when you're a club like Dundee, you're going to lose players. It's their model.
I get that, James, but we're a year to go. Whatever you got for Luke McCowan, staying in the league would give you more money, and keeping him could keep you in the league.
Yeah,
and you let him walk out the door in the summer while you're still in the Premier League.
Lyle Cameron away as well to Rangers next season. Obviously, it's been a big miss tonight.
No, it has been, and that's the one thing I'll give Dundee credit for is the model. You've got Finlay Robertson out there, you've got Josh Mulligan out there, Harrison Sharp's on the bench. Obviously, Lyle Cameron is suspended, who we spoke about. Luke McCowan, and I do agree, if Luke McCowan stayed at Dundee, I don't think they're in this position, because he gets you goals. Stuff we were saying tonight, he keeps the ball for you as well. And you just need to look what he's done at Celtic going. He's went in there and he's not looked out of play, so it's a tough one for them.
Here come Hearts, looking to polish the scoreline further. That's Neuenhoff though, goes to Penrice. Now we've nearly played 2 of the 4 added, and it's Hearts who are enjoying themselves, and finally some of those 1,600 Dundee fans trudge to the exit, start the journey home, as Forrest collects and does hit Kevin Clancy with the ball as he tried to get out the way. Needs to brush up on his dodgeball skills, Kevin Clancy.
I think he's done well, the referee. Got to give him credit when the referees and VAR and everything's getting hammered. There's 1 or 2 things that maybe an advantage could have been played, but overall I think he's handled the game very well.
And we've had a couple of VAR checks tonight, James, as well, and they were pretty quick, I have to say.
They were, and look, you hope that's a byproduct of what came out yesterday, and maybe that's, if something like that comes out and they can help it, then great.
Yeah, Andrew Dallas is one of the specialist VARs as Nielsen heads out defence, and it's given away, and then Dundee looking for a free kick. They're going to get it. Just about 25 yards out, in line with the right hand side of the Hearts box, and a faint hope of pulling one back. They've only got a minute left, so you would think it would be mere consolation if they could score here at Dundee. And a few fans on the away end just lingering on the concourse just in case, as Kevin Clancy gives the wall its orders, and this quarter-final comes to a conclusion. But Dundee with a free kick, hoisted to the back post, header across, and it's tapped in.
Offside.
Flag is up. Astley thought he'd scored at the back post, and the flag went up pretty quickly. That'll be checked. So we'll have a break here.
Again, listen, it looks like he's offside, but they're vulnerable, Hearts at set plays.
So they'll be drawing the line. This is going to be confirmed. So no goal for Dundee. And I think that will be that in terms of the action. Kevin Clancy is going to blow the whistle for this goal kick to be taken, though. This will be the last play. And this time Castle enjoys Hearts' victory. Gordon sends it long. Hearts are Hampden bound again. They have been too strong for Dundee at Tynecastle in the first Scottish Cup quarter-final. And the goals, particularly from Khartoum, excellent quality. And Dundee had a fight back after Khartoum's stunner in the first half. Shaughnessy brought them level with a great header. It was a brilliant cup tie at that point, end-to-end stuff, but Hearts took control after Spittle floated one in, skimmed off Simon Murray's head into the bottom corner. That gave Hearts their lead back, and Khartoum with a brilliant caressed left-footed finish just 5 minutes later to give Hearts the crucial 2-goal advantage. And in truth, from then on, there were numerous chances for Hearts to go further clear. Kabangu had several. Carson made a number of really good stops, particularly at his near post. Dundee had some chances earlier in the game as well. Had a Woomy hit the bar when they were 1-0 down before the break. Obviously, Astley scored at the end there, but it was offside. But overall, over the piece, Hearts too strong, too good. And they are in the hat for the last four on Monday night. A good Friday night's work for Neil Critchley's men. Full time at Tynecastle in the Scottish Cup quarter-final. It finished Heart of Midlothian 3, Dundee 1.